I wanted to kind of set the table of all the things that are happening and start with one of the last conversations we had yesterday, Mike, about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders, who scheduled a press conference that was going to air at 11 a.m. Mountain Time.
Beats me, man. I don't know how that works. Mountain Time? Who uses Mountain Time?
Deion Sanders, who put out a social media video of him talking in very, very breathy, like emotional, my life. It felt like his life was in jeopardy type of tone. And then we got the press conference. And the press conference is, yeah, he had cancer and it was removed and he's all right now. And I was just like, okay, I mean, look, cancer's not a joking matter. It's very serious. And as I said yesterday, I hope we're wrong. And it turns out we were wrong. Deion Sanders is going to be fine. And the show goes on as usual. He's going to be coaching everything.
Right. But, let's preface everything with yesterday was a really good press conference, right? We want to preface everything with that. That was a good news press conference,
yes,
right?
It was the news emerging from the
press
conference was good. And
do as much as you can because I know we're going to be decontextualized here in this segment.
Yes. We love that Deion Sanders is okay. That's what I said yesterday. That's what I say today. I'm happy about it.
Did you guys talk about him and Carucci in the hospital room together?
We did not because we did not have any of that information until.
Man, when I saw that, I was like, huh.
Yeah, that was
interesting.
That was another thread.
That was another good news situation.
Good
also
news.
Good news for
Good
Coach.
news to Deion Sanders.
Good kind of boy, Coach.
Apparently, Carucci.
I know who that is, but tell Billy.
That's who Deion Sanders is dating. Carucci.
You got it now, Billy?
Yeah, I'm all caught up.
Carucci
Thank
Tran.
you, Chris.
She's a singer and
Model?
actor
Yeah.
and model.
Some people are just
one.
famous.
She's famous.
She's famous.
She's pretty.
But she's talented.
She been in anything
Talented.
I've seen?
Maybe.
Probably.
IG?
I've seen IG.
Okay. There you go. She was at, what was that show? It was a TNT show with
Rizzoli
Supernatural.
and
no, the one with my homegirl.
Franklin and Bass.
I was just going to say that.
My homegirl.
Animal Kingdom.
Charmed.
Damn, man. Homegirl from Reno 911, man. She was in it, and they're kind of like a
Claws.
Claws. There you go.
She was also
What?
in Bel Air.
Bel Air. She was in Bel Air. Who'd she play?
I don't know. Didn't watch it. I'm just Googling it.
What's Claws?
Claws.
Claws is like a show. It's also with the guy from, it's Hank from Breaking Bad.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
the guy
He's
He's
opposite.
like a
Nash?
pimp or something.
Nail salon. It was a nail
It's a nail
salon.
salon, but
Niecy
it's like
Nash?
a...
Yeah,
Niecy Nash,
Nash.
yes.
is in it.
I thought you mean Steve Nash.
Yeah, I was like,
no,
I don't
Steve
think so,
Nash
no.
wasn't in Claws. What are you talking about? Niecy Nash, yes. Niecy Nash was the lead. Carucci was one of the people
Nail
on the
techs.
show where it's on the nail tech, but there's crime happening out of the nail
They're like
salon.
they're kind of like a gang together, and they do certain
Money
things.
laundering, something like that. It had a
liked
run. Yeah, I liked it. So, but these are all kind of tangent conversations from what felt like maybe an overplay the day before or right before the press conference.
I feel bamboozled a little bit. It felt like he was trying to set a scene and then undercut it.
Can we play the video?
Hit it.
Given his commitments to his family and to the team elected to undergo a bladder removal, we performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder. And I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
You can clap. It's okay.
It's weird, man.
Deion's the best, right?
It just,
It's a little weird.
you know what? If everything that had happened yesterday prior to the press conference, so was just, hey, there's going to be a press conference, and then the press conference happens, I'll be like, that's great news. I think the part that feels a little bit like
Was it the 24 hours where you thought that Deion Sanders was going to die?
It was just the
Because
social
he put
media
out a video that led you to believe he might be dying?
And then the press conference is, there will be a press conference at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, which beats me what time that actually is. It's Deion Sanders and his medical team.
It sounds like you guys are upset that he made you eulogize him beforehand.
I knew this was going to happen.
Like, you guys feel bad that you
I feel great that Deion
wasted a eulogy.
No, that was a great news press conference.
And I knew Billy would like jump right in there.
I got to do that, Billy.
I think the video
Size
suggests. I mean, it's not fair. I think the video suggests that people didn't know how to react when he's saying you can clap because everybody was over there expecting the worst. Why did they expect the worst?
Because he set it up
because
that way.
Deion Sanders made you expect the worst.
Yeah.
And like it's a cliche. This could have been an email a little bit. It could have been a press release where you established that this was something that he was dealing with, and then people could prepare their questions and we can have a big triumphant press conference in which it just led to a lot of confusion. And he's a brilliant marketing mind. And I don't know, it just missed me with turning this into a marketing opportunity. I guess he must have been really negative recruited on the road about his health. It was kind of known in college football circles that he was dealing with something serious. So maybe he took the opportunity to spin it into a triumphant win. But I don't really know the whole deal about setting people up to think that you were dealing with something that at that very moment that you may actually die. Like, I'm not making that assumption. I was worried about that video that we played yesterday because it would lead to wild speculation.
Mike, can I give you my usual suspects moment? I sat back in my chair. I saw it at the press conference, and I was like, wow. And then I started looking at the proverbial bulletin board in front of me. And on that bulletin board was the video that you're talking about, the social media video where he's very emotional and he's talking about, man, like I had to make my will and all that. And I remembered one thing from that video. It was very faint. It was in the background. Most people didn't pick up on it. This man to my left did. It's like, he says there's a very serious thing, and then someone in the background laughs. And Zaz said, apparently not for that person. And that was like a funny little throwaway, right? And at the time I thought, well, it's clearly in the background. It's a different room. People are having a different conversation. But if Deion Sanders was dying from cancer, I don't know if we're making jokes in the other room, even about anything else. We're not talking about the latest episode of Always Sunny.
That was a dead giveaway.
That's a dead giveaway. He's all right.
He's got a show, right? Coach Prime
Yes.
has a show, so he's obviously documenting a bunch of stuff, and maybe that was something that they documented from that moment. I doubt it was something that he recorded 2 days ago. Otherwise, that would kind of be a little sinister in terms of like letting people think that you were dying, just to ta-da, psych,
yeah.
I'm okay. But I thought that the reaction that he got kind of explained where everybody's heads were at, which was just like, okay, you're all right. It just takes a second to process. The media, as far as I know, we're the only people kind of taking this angle with it. The media had to be responsible and overjoyed that Deion Sanders is okay. I
don't think we're the only people taking that angle. I think maybe we're the only people willing to say.
Yes,
yeah.
It was kind of
prevailing.
odd. It was a marketing move for a marketing genius, one of the best marketers in the history of the world.
Again, great news press conference.
Yeah,
right?
Love it.
Yeah,
love the
I
news.
didn't know
Billy.
exactly how to react to it initially, just because he confused
The
me.
question is, when he was cured, like a week or two ago, was there like a conversation he had with his people of, let's put this out that sounds real dramatic to tease the press conference, and then the next day I'll show up in a cowboy hat and say I'm fine?
Well, Chris, before we answer, that's a great question. But everyone here has expressed how happy they are. Billy, I haven't heard how happy you are.
No, it's
You're
good.
happy about this?
It doesn't sound like you're happy.
No,
upset almost.
you guys sound upset that you look kind of like you eulogized him for no reason yesterday. Like, you guys are bummed that like he didn't come out and say he was dying.
We're just
is the tone that is like coming out, whether that's what you guys intend or not. It sounds like that's what your reaction was to the press conference. Like, man, he made me think that he was dying, and now I feel stupid. Like, what a waste of a press conference.
Yeah,
honestly, my takeaway from the press conference is he can pull off overalls. Like, he can pull off some overalls.
If we're being
man.
perfectly honest, because we didn't know what to expect of the press conference, the whole thing had kind of an ominous tone going in. Once Deion walks into that room with all the media sitting there in a cowboy hat and overalls, before he even sits down, you got to be like, oh, this dude's healthy.
Yeah, like that's not.
this dude is all.
Yeah, he's okay. Well,
this is going to be okay.
Let's be perfectly clear. Another weird part of that press conference is he's still like very much recovering from this. His life is going to be deeply impacted. He said, I'll keep it real with you. I can't pee the way that I did before. And no, I think you're totally on the wrong side when you say I'm disappointed that he's not dying. No, I'm disappointed that I didn't know he was going to be okay when he knew he was going to be okay for the
Yeah,
moment.
but that's the same thing. Like,
No, it's
fine.
not. No, it's not.
But
It's
maybe he
gladly
didn't
not.
know, though. Maybe he didn't know, and then he found out
no, he
after, and he's
knew-
like, all right, I'm good.
He had bladder cancer. He had to have his bladder removed. They put in a new bladder. Like, he's still not good. Like, he's not out of the woods.
Precisely. I mean, all these things should have been addressed on the front end so people could have their questions.
But he's not family of ours. Like, let him release his medical information how he chooses to.
I hear you. He is well within his rights. He's well within his rights to make it into a marketing opportunity and make it a spectacle however he wants. And I am well within my rights to be totally confused by it.
How does he pee?
He says he can't pee the way that he used to. What? That there was talk that like he may need a porta potty on the sideline. Like, I mean, this is his bladder.
Are we talking about like frequency? Or are we talking about the actual mechanic of how the pee exits his body?
He's got a brand new bladder. I imagine there's a whole bunch of new challenges.
How do
that
they
come
connect
with
that stuff?
It's all plug and play, baby.
It's all bolts.
Plug it. Like you unplug this one, you get it's like a hard drive.
Put that one in there.
Smack it right in there.
On this side, okay.
It's
all ball bearings.
By the way,
these days
Billy,
anyway.
I want to object to something you
I
said.
know.
We didn't eulogize him yesterday. We didn't talk about eulogizing. We didn't talk about his life and how great he was and all this stuff. We just talked about like this is a really weird scenario. And that's all we said.
No, I mean, yesterday we were making it seem like he was going to die, which is what, based on the video, like it was a conclusion that could be drawn.
Yeah,
we were speculating based on the information
that he put out there.
Yeah, we were speculating based on the information that he had been providing.
He made it seem.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
way.
he could have. Yeah,
I wasn't guessing that.
Yeah,
before.
he made it seem that way.
And
we were reacting in kind.
he did have to make a will. Like he did have cancer.
Yes, but not the day that he posted that video, which was it just led to a confusing experience for people that were deeply concerned for Deion Sanders and wondering what this was all about.
How dare he? How dare he do this to us?
How dare he be healthy?
See, I told you.
Absurd.
It's just not thoughtful for people like us.
You know what? I don't want cooler heads to prevail on this one. Hot heads, join me. Join me in denouncing Deion Sanders.
I mean, it's irrefutable. He knows how to get people talking. It's like this is something that other coaches have dealt with in the past, and they go about it a different way. And Coach Prime's going to handle it the way that Coach Prime handles it. I think people can be confused by it, but ultimately, he's healthy. He's getting a lot of attention to the cause. I'm sure good work will be done from this. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like, okay, we can disagree with how he went about it. We can feel like, oh, you kind of played us, Coach Prime, but he gets the last laugh, and hopefully he gets to be healthy.
The thing that's weird about this situation, right, if you're like, well, he wanted to, like, you know, publicize this, make it a PR thing or whatever. I don't know the intentions of putting out the video and then having a press conference and announcing, I'm okay, I'm going to be good, I'm still coaching. Like that's weird. That is weird. But
that's all we're saying.
No, but like what I'm saying is if you believe that all of this was like just a PR play, then to me it's kind of weird that we didn't know any of this was going on the front end and you weren't part of like this journey. Like, hey, I was diagnosed with this, I'm battling this, like come behind me, let's support this, let's fight this together. I would think that he was actually very scared with the situation, which is why he wasn't kind of talking about it publicly. And now once that he's, you know, seems to be on the mend, seems to be in the clear, because even with cancer, like you can say we eliminated cancer, but you have to do like screenings every year, every couple years, and there's years before you're like declared actually out of the woods because it could have spread to some other part of the body, right? You could have a successful surgery and then you can have cancer reappear years later. Like that happens all the time. So for him to not kind of include people on the front end, I would think is an indication like he was actually scared and thought this could be it. Like, this is why I did a will. I thought it was dying.
Oh, it was very clear that he was scared about it, and people can I certainly understand wanting to go through that in private. I did talk to some people that cover college football, and I had some questions about why this was. There's plenty of reasons to keep it secret. Some of them could be personal. Some of them could also be professional. I mean, as crude as it sounds, this is largely a game of talent acquisition, and there were a lot of coaches that were kind of seizing on what was going on with his health. So
you think he may have done this for that purpose?
I think that's probably the main purpose, right?
I think that, yes, from some of my conversations, I think he spun this the way that he did because it was kind of like a triumph and like bucking back at some of the other coaches that were maybe negative recruiting against Colorado a little bit. All this, the way that this all went down did lead to speculation, people still trying to understand his motivations behind it.
In that case, I denounce these other coaches who are talking about this man while he fought cancer. How dare you, you animals?
I think also, like, this is not important at all when dealing with his health, but, like, this is also a big win for the people who are like, yeah, Deion doesn't actually care about Colorado. He's just going to bounce as soon as, like, his guys are out of there. Like, he's gone, because this was a perfectly reasonable reason to just say, down? I'm kind of done with this situation.
Kids aren't there anymore.
Yeah, kids aren't there anymore. I rebuilt this program. Like, I did what I said I was going to do. Like, I need to focus on my health now. Almost like an Urban Meyer in a sense, right? Where it's like, I'm going to kind of step away now. I'm going to rebuild my health. And then, like, I'll be back in a couple years, maybe, if I'm feeling up to it or not. But, like, he has gone through this. He's recruited. He's done all the media days. And he says he's going to coach this year.
Yeah, which is why I think he kind of took this angle. The only thing that I don't really quite get and am confused by was that 24 hours there where he led people to believe his life was in grave danger between the time he released that video and the press conference, and it led to a really strange reaction to what is very clearly overwhelmingly good news for Deion Sanders.
You can clap. It's okay.
I mean, anytime you hear the C word, you're going to be kind of scared for your life. No
You've
matter
had the
what
C word,
I've
right?
had the C word twice, and it's like, when you hear it,
Bona fides.
Yeah, man.
when you've heard it, you're like, oh, okay, all right, we got to kind of.
What's that like? Hold on, what was that like? The first time?
The first time I was 5, so I don't remember.
Okay,
It's
the
that
second
chair,
time.
huh? You're like just
The
want his
second,
saddest
the
moment.
second time I was in my mid-20s, and that time I was like, damn, okay, that sucks.
What was the lead up?
The lead up was I found a lump under my arm.
You were like, you just like
I was
lotioning
on the couch. I was on the couch, just hanging out, watching a game. I didn't have a shirt on. I was up in Connecticut, and I kind of felt something under my arm. I was like, "Oh, that's weird. That I don't have that on the other side."
Yeah.
So called up my parents, obviously knowing the history, and I was like, "Hey, I got this. I don't know what's really going on. We can go check it out at the doctor that we go see." So I did, and they were like, "Yeah, a normal 27-year-old guy doesn't have that. So we got to check that out like thoroughly." And then I did a biopsy, and then stuff came back, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, you got the C word." And I was like, "Damn, okay." What do we do? All right, you got to do this, you got to do that, whatever. But, like, you're still scared, even though it wasn't a life-threatening place or life-threatening cancer. It was like, now I got to do so much stuff to just be normal again. It sucks.
That's always the move, right? If you feel something on one side of your body,
check the
you
other
got to
side,
check the other side. Like, nice, I got it there
both.
too.
But then I'm worried. I'm like,
okay.
damn, I got it in both. All right, I got to figure something out here.
I got a lump in my back that I've had for like 7 years now.
No, then you're okay.
Yeah,
that's too long for it to be bad.
That's what the doctor
I think
told
you're
me.
okay.
Nah,
No,
that's
that's
how that
what the
works.
doctor told me. I think that's the rule.
I would check that.
Doctor said, like, how long have you had it? I
Where
said,
back?
"It's been
Where
a
in the
while."
back, though? Where in the back?
Right in my lower back, like right here.
Lower back. Yeah, I think you're good.
All right.
You'd have
Yeah,
been
not-
screwed by now
So-
if it was
no,
something.
so
No, that's also not necessarily true.
I'm a doctor.
It's true. He is a
Damn.
doctor.
You do a lot.
Doctor, judge, what else? Lawyer also?
Race war expert.
Race for expert.
Oh, wow.
That's why he's got the Zaslow mansion, though. Man's got multiple jobs.
Yeah, how do you think I pull this off?
Multiple streams of income, right? But so we're glad that Deion is okay.
Can I ask you real quick, too? What was it when you were 5?
Stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Stage 4?
Yeah.
Isn't that like, that's like,
Yeah.
Stage 4.
Yeah, it was-
That's down 40 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
You came back.
The boy came back.
The comeback kid.
Came back.
That's where he got his confidence.
Tell you.
Yeah, man. How dare?
Wow.
You know what?
How do you like that?
Yeah, to the haters.
How you love that?
You're like a special boy.
Thank you. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. You guys don't listen to me.
Oh man, do you understand what that is? That means that's it, man. They started to run the credits and everything. It's like, all right, man.
Hold
They
on.
got the ropes out.
What did I tell him? Put the rope back.